Every move I made that day was one of his, just reflected back. If he didn't like it, he shouldn't have taught it to me. It started like most things here, over banana bread. Someone's partner had baked it, or their sister. Or maybe it was store-bought and just dumped onto a plate and passed off as homemade. No one really cared. People hovered, pretended to talk about projects, passed around words like capacity and work stream and touch base like they meant something. Just office ambience. And then James said something, loud enough to cut through the fake laughter, but casual enough to pretend it wasn't a performance. I mean, Snowmen is one of those bands. They never put a foot wrong. That was the moment. It didn't sound like an opinion. It sounded like doctrine. Like something you'd print in italics on the back of a vinyl sleeve. And I should have let it slide. I should have nodded, said nothing. But I'd been waiting. Not for that line exactly, just for something, anything, a crack I could slide a knife into. Because a month ago, James made me look like an idiot in front of management. He lied, calmly, confidently, and completely. He cited studies that didn't exist, quoted journals that no one had access to. He sank my proposal with phantom data and a raised eyebrow. And everyone just nodded. So yeah, maybe I'd been waiting a while. And now, here we were. Banana bread. Interns. Light jazz coming from someone's laptop. And James, opening his mouth. Again. I mean, Snowman's last album was universally praised, James said, like it was an uncontested truth. Everyone loved it. He said it like he was part of the creative team. Like we were all supposed to nod along and agree with it, like it was a cultural moment. I hadn't even heard it, but that didn't matter. I just couldn't let it go. Not after what he pulled in last month's strategy meeting. His little, this isn't evidence-backed speech with the phantom journal citations and fabricated data. So I shrugged, just casual. Really? That's interesting, I said, because Needle Drop Daily gave it a flatlining 4.9. That stuck with me. Like, why not just round it up to 5? That got his attention. James squinted. No, they didn't. That doesn't sound like something they'd say. Yeah, I continued, not even blinking. They said it was peak toothpaste music. They said track 2 sounded like being locked in a Uniqlo change room during a breakup. I felt the eyes. A few heads turned. James frowned. I read most of the reviews. I didn't see that. Well, Cloutwave slammed it too. They called it algorithm music for people who think Radiohead is edgy. And that one landed. A few people chuckled. Cloutwave's not a real site, he muttered. I smiled. They're literally owned by Sonic Frame Media. Same umbrella as Tone Harvest and Reverb Index. Mate, do you read anything outside Pitchfork? He tried to regroup. Okay, well, I didn't see any major backlash. Maybe some mixed reviews, but yeah, and Post-Genre Digest said it was as genreless as a beige hoodie. The Sonic equivalent of standing in the line for overpriced bread. He blinked. I've never heard of those. I shrugged again. They're niche, but influential. They covered Snowman's rollout extensively. There's a whole thread on Tone Harvest dissecting the second half of the album. Emotionally vacant soundscapes dressed in borrowed nostalgia. That was their wording. No one said anything. Not James. Not the interns. Not even Nora, who normally defends him out of reflex. The silence thickened. James opened his mouth. Then he closed it and nodded. Okay, he said, and he walked off. Just like that. I watched him walk away and thought, that's it. I got him. Not just in front of the team, in front of Nora, who always laughs too loud at his jokes, in front of Miles, who once said James was just wired differently, like that was some kind of compliment. And yeah, it was a lie. I hadn't read a single review. I don't even know what Snowman sounded like. For all I know, it's just a sad saxophone over Arctic ambience. But it didn't matter. I named 5 fake sites and 5 fake quotes and one very real sense of smugness. And I got my revenge. Because James did the same to me. He lied, he undermined, and made me look like an idiot in front of management. Sent us in the wrong direction with fake journal citations, and I couldn't disprove until the next day. But by then, the decision was locked in. So now he knows how it feels. And me? I should feel better. I should. But I don't. I feel like I just screamed into a canyon, and all I got back was my own voice echoing how small I am. That's the worst part about being right on the wrong day. No one celebrates it. They just look at you differently. Sometimes you win just to prove you could, and then you hate yourself for needing to. If you've made it this far, I've got more content you might enjoy. Hit the like button if you found this interesting, and take a look at the videos on your screen for more. Trust me, you won't want to miss them.